in there. Really mad that there was a graver. Oh god, I thought I was gonna fall! No one saw my panic. No one saw my panic. Bro! I'm dude. Might. Oh god, I thought I was gonna fall. No one saw my panic. No one saw my panic. Bro! I'm dude. Might. Okay, so here we go. We're going to analyze a clip I have here where it's an approach to a fight. It's 3-on-3 currently. It will become 1-on-3, and I'm going to go through the steps in real time that are going through my head to approach this fight. So we have this position we're pushing in. We have 3 teammates on 3. We see that they're moving backwards because they're kind of retreating, but we're now in the position to push. Now I see this roundabout. This is a great position. This is a stronghold position. I now know that one of my teammates is knocked, but still a good position. This person can still crawl. My other teammate, found them. They are now on my left flank. Fortunately, they've pushed up too much. In this position, I'm going to have to put suppressive fire down. It's the only way to keep this team at bay. In reality, they should be charging me heavily, but they're not. So I have the jump pad. I throw the jump pad down to my teammate. They can bounce back. And then at some point, my goal here is to get a knock, if not 2. Because now I have to keep the other team afraid, essentially, and give myself enough time to get a res. So at this point, the objective is damage and get a knock. Let's see what happens, right? So I see they're grouped up here. Luckily, I get the knock. Those guys grouped up. That was nice. I hear the lifeline res. And I got another knock, which is great because now I have the opportunity to res my teammate. Now, I could push in, but I know it's a lifeline res. There's not enough time. It's an awkward situation. Let's get at least a 2v2 scenario on here, correct? Now, we know one of them is healing. One of them might still be full heal because it was a lifeline, so she could be pretty quick to get heals back. Again, all my objective is here is to get suppressive fire. My other teammate, getting my other teammate up to make this a 3-on-3 scenario. Now, this person overextended. Again, I'm going to keep suppressive fire as much as I can while my teammates heal. We clearly just got information that there's a Watson ult. Again, the objective remains the same. Get a knock. Now, I'm going to take different angles to try and put more fire down. Unfortunately, I'm running out of ammo and time, so I'm healing. Again, my teammate is down. We're going to hope that my other teammate will res them. I'm going to basically full send here because there isn't really many other options I have because I only have a Mastiff. No nades. Can't get a nade. Smoke was good. Smoke screen. They're clearly pushing, so here we go. Now I'm going to use this Watson ult to my advantage, kind of do-si-do around it, dance if you will. Now we're swapping positions as teams. This other team has now tried to use that smoke coverage as a way to push in, which they have, but I saw that and tried to counter it using their ultimate ability against them. Unfortunately, my 2 teammates are in a bit of a pickle, and they're both knocked. Now, at this point, it's basically just trying to play sound cues. I hear a res, lifeline res, so I know one person is super weak. They're only going to be at 25 health.
Yep. Yeah.
Got the lifeline knock, got the Watson knock. Now I'm trying to figure out where the Gibby is. I hear his ult, so I'm trying to shield up, because basically a Gib gets a lot of health. I hear the sound cue that the res is coming in. Boom. So in that moment, I hope it kind of explained a little bit and broke it down a little bit of what my thought process was and where my positioning, how my strategy was in approaching the fight. I'm obviously jacked up here. You're going to hear me scream a little bit. But I hope this kind of explains to you my mentality. Obviously, utilizing a lot of the character traits that Octane has at their disposal, which is the jump pads, the speed. But then noticing, too, like, peeping an objective standpoint. Like, I have a Hemlock, I have a Mastiff, I don't have nades, they have a Watson ult. All those things factor into winning a fight. And we pulled it out on the 1v3. We're going to explore another clip shortly. Let's do a quick recap of what we just analyzed. As we approach the fight, what do we notice? The stronghold, the roundabout. That is the landscape structure that's going to get us the advantage in this fight. Suppressive fire. Just good positioning is going to put the enemy team at bay. Also, remember that your jump pad isn't just used to get you into a fight, it's used for your down teammates to get out of a fight. It has utility. Octane mains, get on board. Now we're at a situation where we have only 2 Hemlock bullets, so no mid-range fight. We only have a Mastiff. We know they have a Watson ult. So what do we have to do? In this position, we're going to have to full send and get a full health situation going on. Now, when we're in, use the enemy's ultimate ability against them. Their ability is universal, so you benefit as well. So you're protecting yourself, you're also getting shield. Play the sound cues. Lifeline's ability to res is a very distinct sound, so you know that there's somebody weak around you. They can't get health. You're luckily in the possession of a Mastiff, and at this point, you're just trying to play the sound cues, because you don't know where that Gibraltar is, you know that he ulted, so you just got to figure out, is he trying to distract you? And he was. He puts the sound cue for the res down there, and that's all you have to do is jump on it.
Let's go!
And celebrate, too. Don't forget to. We'll hop into another clip right now. Okay, here's the other clip. This is our second approach to this team. We know their team comp. I know what my team has. We have 1 teammate knocked. Now, what do we have to do? Play the landscape, because that's going to be our advantage. We have the high ground here, so let's go. Wraith overextended. She's crossing a field. Got her for 114 damage. Have to go around the right. Hopefully she's overextended, and she did. I got the knock. Now I'm super weak. I'm going to have to continue to keep my health up, be an asset to the team. If you notice in the bottom left, our caustic is self-resing. So now our Revenant is pushed up to help that, to get that self-res off. Now I'm just trying to full health and be an asset here and put some cover fire down for our caustic. Unfortunately, he gets knocked, but their other caustic has pushed around further than he should have. I got him really cracked. Now I'm going to bait him out. I know that the Bloodhound was kind of far. He's going to come up the hill. So here's the bait. So, putting on the res for the bait. Caustic did not have time to heal up, so he gets knocked easily. I use my ultimate ability to get the high ground, super high ground here. I know that the Bloodhound just used his tactical. I see that Caustic is leapfrogging away. He He's going to feed the information of my location on top of this rock to his teammate, if they're in the chat, right? So I'm trying to play pretty conservatively, but I'm also trying to bait the Bloodhound out, which I did with that Caustic. He also used his tactical. So what I mean by baiting out, I was trying to shoot that Caustic and be like, ooh, don't, panic. He's shooting me. Luckily, the Bloodhound uses tactical. It kind of worked against him in that regard. And we got all three. So anyway, let's do a slower recap real quickly, I guess, just to slow it down and highlight the key points of that engagement. As we approach a fight, what's the first thing we notice? Bing! The big rock sculpture. Use that landscape to your advantage. It's a huge advantage. Use it. You're an Octane main or you're a Loba. These things are important. Now, as number 2 comes, what do we notice about our situation? We've gotten one knock, but we are a little used to our team. We have to heal up. We're basically useless right now. Unfortunately, we can't help our teammates unless we're fully healed. So now knowing that the situation is a kind of a 2v2, but really a 2v.1 because that person's so weak, we have to heal to help. Now 3, don't be afraid to charge this engagement. This person's cracked. That old adage, he's more afraid of you than you are of him. He is. He's cracked. He's running scared. Bait with sound cues now because he's looking to get you because he sees you charging. Now you're baiting him in with that sound cue, so you got him down. Number 5, location, location, location. This is so important. You're an Octane main in this situation, but being in the right location with the right angle helps you immensely. Now we're going to get up to number 6, and now you're going to have to remember, you saw that Caustic fly away, right?
Dead on all morning.
How about that little fella?
Oh, that little guy. I wouldn't worry about that little guy.
Worry about that little guy. Down enemies talk, and he's telling his Bloodhound everything you're doing so that Bloodhound knows what to do, where to angle, and position himself. Now, number 7, thirst bait. These are the most scary times for these people. They are the scariest times. They won't want to get thirsted because then they have to get put into a res situation. That's a bait. That now Bloodhound knows where A, you're shooting from, and B, he's scared that his teammate's going to get thirsted. Now here's a quick recap of everything we just went over. 1, use the landscape to your advantage. It's the most important thing in Apex. The landscape, the way you can move around it, the way you can angle yourself, position yourself, hide and cover. it's the most important. That big rock sculpture was our big important thing in that engagement, so we used it to our advantage. 2, heal yourself. You're of no use to your teammate if you have no health to engage a fight. People are going to hit you with bullets. You better have health to fight them with. But 3, do not be afraid to charge. They're more afraid of you than you are of them. That caustic was cracked. He was scared. He was running for cover. But we ended up charging in because we knew that we could get him, well, scared because he was cracked and we were charging. So he didn't want to get downed. 4, sound effects are your friend. We baited that caustic out with that sound effect cue of our res. So he came back out before he even had time to heal, and we knew it. So we got him down because of it. 5, location, location, location. Ties right back into that first one. High ground versus low ground. That angle cannot be understated. It's overstated. It is the most important thing in FPS. High ground versus low ground. We had that situation. We had an Octane with a jump pad. We used it to our advantage. 6, dead men do talk. That caustic, when he was down, was trying to feed information to his friend, and we ended up benefiting from it because we baited him out. And 7, that thirsty quench. We baited out that thirst because that bloodhound didn't want his teammate to be put into a respawn situation, so we got him to come out and overcommit. Okay, I'm going to leave you guys with this last clip. We have 2 teammates. We have the third to deliver to a beacon. Final 3 squads. Analyze what was good, what was bad, what could have been improved on. Leave it in the comment section below. And I also want to hear from you guys. What do you want to learn more about in the mind kind of how-to series that I'm starting here on YouTube? All right? Again, leave all of your comments below. Criticisms, good, bad, ugly, whatever. But analyze this clip. Let me know what you think based on what we've learned so far in the previous 2 clips, okay? See you next time.
Grenade! Reloading.
Knocked her.
Down. Charging shields. We've got company. Marking our fight alone, die quick. Last of the enemy's R99 here. She's fast like me. Charging shields. Come on. We are inside the ring. R99 here. Deploying respawn beacon.
See if we can get you in, man. We'll try. Heal yourself, Bloodhound. Biggest of brain plays, chat.
Charging shields. Must go faster. Charging up my shields.
Recharging my shield.
Down that. Charging shield. I'm down.
No! Chat, we tried. That was a tough one. GG's, guys. Oof.
We have our Apex champions.
That was a tough one. That was a good one that we felt too.